Hello everybody, it's Mystic, and welcome to my library. This is my review for Unpacking. Unpacking is a story-rich, casual, hidden object/puzzle game by Witchbeam and published by Humble Games. Normally when I do reviews on my channel, I go over the best parts of the game and then the parts of the game that I think might need some work. However, Unpacking really has no faults in my eye, so allow me to spend a few minutes just simply gushing over this game and explaining why exactly I think it is worth a playthrough and why it is so phenomenally done. Let's start with the storytelling. The storytelling in Unpacking is probably one of the most creatively done stories I have ever seen in all of my time of playing video games. Unpacking tells an incredible, heartwarming story without ever using dialogue. But how do you do that? Well, the story is told by objects and how they are placed in their environment. That might sound simple, but believe me when I say that the story is fantastic, and then it's up to the player to interpret the story using the objects that they need to unpack and where those objects are able to be moved. You could tell when the main character was in a dark place or in a bad relationship or genuinely happy just by the objects that you can find and the location that those objects end up in. You can also tell which items are the character's favorite based on their wear and tear compared to other items in the game. This is really just scratching the surface of Unpacking story, and I'm sure I missed a lot in my first playthrough and definitely intend to play again to see what I missed the first time around. Which leads me to my other huge point in Unpacking's favor, the replayability. While the story may not change, the game is definitely replayable for those of you that want to find every single Easter egg and hidden meaning in the item. Plus there are lots of achievements that you can get by placing objects in certain ways. See what you can come up with. This is also where the game adds a little bit more optional difficulty and challenge, because not all of the achievements are easy to figure out. You'll definitely need to wear your thinking cap for some of them. The music of this game works perfectly for the type of game that it is. It's very cozy and chill and at the perfect volume. The music also changes depending on the situation the main character is in. It will be more upbeat when the main character is happy and more on the somber side when they are not. This is the other way in which Unpacking tells its story, through the music. I also really enjoyed the art style of this game. And again, the developers used color and light to help get the story across to the players. More colorful items are seen in happier scenarios, whereas less than ideal scenarios have a more muted and grayscale color scheme. The other thing that I really appreciated in this game is that as somebody that grew up in the 90s and is probably of a similar age to the main character in the game, I really appreciated the nod to the 90s and early 2000s pop culture. There were a lot of items spread throughout the game that just really made me nostalgic for the 90s and the early 2000s. You could find Tamagotchis, video game systems, Dungeons and Dragons references. It was just wonderful, and I got to see all of that stuff and be like, oh, I remember that. It was really cool. Finally, let's talk about the gameplay. This is an incredibly polished game. Everything works exactly as it's supposed to, and in all of the time that I played it, I never encountered a single bug. The gameplay is also incredibly intuitive and doesn't need a lengthy explanation as to how things work. The puzzles themselves aren't all that difficult to solve, which is why I think this is more of a cozier casual game. There really is no stress involved, and you can play everything at your own pace, and anything that is in the appropriate spot will be highlighted so that you can figure out where it goes. So there you have it, my review for Unpacking. If you couldn't tell already, I absolutely enjoyed every single thing about this game. If you're into casual, story-driven puzzle games, then this game is absolutely worth a full price purchase. You won't be sorry that you picked it up. Unpacking absolutely merits 5 books out of 5 for me, and in all likelihood will make it onto my Game of the Year list. This was a joy to play, and I hope more people get to experience this amazing game and its wonderful, heartwarming story. So hopefully you enjoyed this review of Unpacking. If you did, please be sure to leave me a like and subscribe. You can also follow me on social media, which I have linked down below, and you can optionally subscribe on either Fanhouse or become a channel member here on YouTube. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye!